12 o'clock. Sanchez hasn't been announced, which means that Alexis Sanchez will not be featuring for Manchester United against Burnley this weekend. That was the deadline that he had to pass to be announced for this weekend. And it's passed.
We had the career picks ready.
Yeah, not like we've all got stuff to drop as soon as this happens, is it? All just hovering over that published video. No. We're all quite chilled out and relaxed and just wondering, where the hell is it? Today I'm joined by John Shin from New York. I am joined by Statman Daddy, and I have got Adam McKola joining us today to talk about Manchester United against Burnley. We're going to talk a bit about Alexis Sanchez. We're going to find out why Sean Dyche's been talking about eating worms in his press conference. Seriously. And we've also got a big request for you. Now, I'm going to get real serious with you now, you lot watching at home. I've got a big request. Now, we don't ask you for many requests here at Full Time Devils. We like to give more than we take. But right now, I've got a serious, urgent appeal that I need you all to get taken a part of. Now, recently, Manchester United's number 7 shirt has been occupied by such footballers, should we say, like Memphis, Di Maria. Antonio Valencia had his worst season wearing the number 7 shirt. And I know why. Because we gave Michael Owen the number 7 shirt. We put a Scouser in the number 7 shirt. And it's cursed! And we need you to help us.
Hashtag remove the curse.
Tweet Michael Owen. Tweet me, Adam, Statman, Dave, even John. And we'll
and at Full Time Devils as well.
At Full Time Devils. At Michael Owen. Hashtag remove the curse. We have now potentially got a successor, someone who can wear that number 7 shirt with pride and make it happen. But Michael, we need help. You need to remove the curse. We're sorry for everything that happened, but play the game.
No, we're not.
Remove the curse. Seriously.
Remove it.
Remove the curse. Hashtag remove the curse. Okay, so Alexis Sanchez. Very much likely to be taking the number 7 shirt. There's shirts all over Chile. The Adidas store in London even selling Alexis 7 shirts. It looks like this is about to happen. Don't think there's much in the way of it now apart from time. Adam McKola, talk to me. What sort of signing is Alexis Sanchez for Manchester United? Are you happy he's going to be wearing the number 7 once Michael Owen hashtag removes the curse?
Oh, man, you know what, yeah? This is a signing that I wouldn't even entertain the thought of a week ago. Like, I know we're all sitting here now and we're kind of joking. Like, I'm not joking, actually, that he's taking the piss. But I think last week we were discussing the options of Lucas Moura, Malcolm, other chaps like that. And look, they're decent players, but they're not on the level of Sanchez yet, or may never be on that level. And I think when you look at Manchester United's team, and we don't forget the shirt number for now, look at United's team. When you think of those games that we drew over Christmas, when you think of the points that we have dropped and that kind of lull that we had in December, I felt a lot of that was down to the fact that Rashford and Martial's goal scoring a little dried up. Romelu Lukaku wasn't scoring, which you can expect in his first season. But Martial, Rashford, they're very young players. They're inconsistent. We're waiting for them to hit their peak. So while we've got those kind of players, it makes sense to bring in someone of Alexis Sanchez's stature and quality, because he will only take the pressure off them and in turn help improve their performances. But besides that, he's going to occupy that right side, which is hinted by the fact Mkhitaryan's going to leave. He's going to wear the number 7 shirt. He's at an age where I think it's just the perfect time to get this guy. He's probably wound up, frustrated, wants to win loads of trophies. And I think regardless of what people say, money or trophies and this, that between City and United, we know that narrative's a load of bull. Manchester United are a top side. We're sitting in second at the moment. We've got a huge fan base, a huge history. We've won 3 trophies in the last 2 seasons, so trophies ain't a thing. And I think the challenge of being able to restore and help Mourinho restore Manchester United to the top team in England is one that Sanchez will probably thrive off, and playing for a manager like Mourinho as well. I think him and Mourinho have some very similar. He'll love him. Sanchez wants to play every game. You don't want to get substituted. He'll run through brick walls for people. Like, is a Mourinho player, as cliche as it sounds.
Do you know after the signing of Bebe and Jemba,
that was mint.
Do you know that we've now signed Sanchez, potentially, as soon as this goes through? His actual name is Alexis Alejandro Sanchez. Like
Alejandro.
Chaz Michaels, right? That's what we're signing. John, Adam touched there upon the right wing thing. Obviously played most of his career in England on the left, played at Barcelona on the right, played a lot up front as well. Where do you see him fitting in for United?
I think a lot of people sort of misunderstand the fact that Alexis Sanchez is he's an industrial player. He works really hard up front. So I think you can kind of put him across that entire the front three, wherever you want to put him, behind the striker, on the left, on the right. And I think that versatility, although Jose Mourinho, comes out and specifically states that he opts for specialty rather than versatility. But I think Alexis Sanchez has the capability to offer that versatility, and I think that's a fantastic asset, especially to have in your front three or front four, whatever have you. So it would be an excellent addition to the squad, especially in January, especially when we still have lots to fight for. And what else can you ask for? I mean, like Adam's been complaining before we went live, we need to get this damn announcement as soon as possible.
David, sort of player are we getting in Alexis Sanchez? Should he sign?
We're getting a player that's very hungry, that demands a ball, that will work, so hard off the ball. It's a player that United lack in a way in their forward line, someone that is going to instigate the press. United don't really have a pressing structure. You think it's more individualist, players go up one at a time, and sometimes there's a bit of they get lucky and the whole team will join in. But with Sanchez, it's almost infectious, like Carlos Tevez, like Wayne Rooney. Back in the day where United was so good in 2008, that was from pressing from the front in a way, before pressing was kind of trendy. And I think with someone like Sanchez, as soon as Sanchez can go, the rest of the United team could join in, and that'll be vitally important, whether he plays on the left wing, whether he plays on the right wing or as a striker. I think on the right wing could be quite interesting. I found a game where he played for Arsenal on the right wing against PSG last season in the Champions League. It was quite interesting to see Sanchez there. I think he is a little bit restricted when he's on the right wing compared to the left wing. Of course, on the left wing, it's always about coming inside and looking to either open himself up to curl it or play a through ball. But on the right, he's decent. He's very good. He linked quite well with Carl Jenkinson in that game. Carl Jenkinson has got terrible delivery. So at Man United, of course, Antonio Valencia has got very underrated delivery, should we say. So that's an upgrade there. But in terms of a player, you kind of want him in the penalty area. You want him around there. You want him making the runs in behind. You want him playing with Paul Pogba in a way. In a defensive sense, I think after he presses, I'd argue that you leave him up front. You take that responsibility off him. You get the central midfielder to pivot out to the touchline, and you sort of allow him to sit on the counter-attack. We've seen the best teams in world football recently, Messi and Rakitic, Ronaldo and Di Maria, or Man United with Ronaldo and Fletcher. That's the sort of movement where they actually, in the defensive sense, they look like a 4-4-2, not a 4-3-3. That's how I'd see Sanchez being used. And in attacking sense, we all know what he's done, like the 60 goals and the 25 assists in the Premier League. He's at that elite level. You compare that to players at Manchester United that have been at Man United in that period. It's 39 more goals that Sanchez has been directly involved in than a United player. So it's one of these things where you're instantly getting this guy that is at the top of his game. He's ready to go. It's just Ron Van Persie number 2, really. And I think that's what is going to be so good for Mourinho, that he's getting this elite player. We saw Louis van Gaal, want to sign Neymar, want to sign this elite player. Mourinho saying the same thing. And now actually United have sort of fallen on some guy that is this already, and it's going to be perfect for United. But I'd rather play on the right than the left. So you've got Rashford and you've got Martial in there, but I think it will be on the left wing where he'll be playing.
Something that you just said there that I'm not going to pull you up on, but the comments are definitely going to pull you up on. Right, let's talk about Paul Pogba.
Darren Fletcher's a football genius, mate. If you not see him play for Stoke City on Monday night, he was unbelievable. I'm coming back to United straight away.
Let's talk about Paul Pogba. So Paul Pogba's appearances have started to really get the praise that they deserve. It seems like the ABU media is trying to find a new target. I reckon the new target's probably from Chile, and he's probably arriving in Manchester around about this weekend. Pretty sure of it. Paul Pogba started to get some plaudits recently. The assist that he's racked up this season, nothing different to last season as far as I'm concerned. Dave, have you seen anything different on the pitch from him?
I think it's slightly tactically, when we've seen Pogba go through this good sort of run of form, the 2 assists he got against Everton, the performance against Stoke City, it's playing in a 4-3-3, and it's giving him that freedom to sort of roam and have that awareness that there is a guy behind him in Nemanja Matic that's going to do this defensive work, but he's sort of next to somebody, he's a little bit higher up the pitch, and I think that's very important for Paul Pogba. If you look at his assists, he's equaling De Bruyne, having played 1,000 minutes less. He's got the best minutes to assist ratio in Europe's top 5 leagues of any player. So he's doing bits, and he will continue his development. What I want to see a little bit more from Pogba is on the counter-attack, playing it a little bit quicker. Not going to take somebody on, not being that street footballer, but shipping it and getting into the penalty area.
Shitting it.
I think that was Dave's attempt at a mic drop. John, have you been impressed with Paul Pogba lately? Do you think this trend of of seeing him moved a bit further forward is going to continue under Mourinho?
Absolutely. I mean, in the past 5 years or so, like you can tell the sort of that core player, that player that's been holding us down has been David De Gea. But slowly but surely, Paul Pogba's sort of ascending through the ranks and becoming that pivotal player that we've so sorely needed. And his performances have always been somewhat up there, in terms of quality. And I really just love the fact that he's sort of like, flourishing under this new role, and the word that he was asked by, I think it might have been Gary Neville, but somebody, but his statement was he was given more freedom, and I think instead of freedom, I think the word is assurance, because on a tactical basis, I think you can see players around him working a lot harder, working a lot more to make sure that defensively they're compact, on the transition they're good. And you have to give a lot of credit to Jesse Lingard for that to happen. Paul Pogba's got the quality at the end of the day. Whenever he feels like it or he has the space, he'll take the ball to his left foot and ping it down 40 yards. He has the quality to do that, but it's the players around him who gives him that assurance and the ability to be able to roam around and move up the thirds a little higher.
It's going to be interesting to see who does make way once Alexis comes in. Jesse Lingard's performances alongside Pogba have been an absolute delight. Mr. McKola.
Yo.
Paul Pogba, do you think a lot of his resurgence is because of the players around him, or do you think it's down to himself? Or do you think that, because I actually do think there's a little bit of, he played at this level last season, why is everyone getting excited now?
Someone just commented about how it looks like we're sponsored by Adidas, but if that was the case...
Adam, I had a comment ready to read out about that in a minute. You've just absolutely ruined the surprise.
Oh, it was one that just got posted as you were talking, though, so I didn't know.
Don't worry about it. I'm on top of these things.
Okay, sorry.
Call me 2 iPads, Steve.
He's got more iPads than balls.
You know what I'm saying? So go on, what do you think? Pogba, has he been at this level? I think he's been at this level, to be honest. Has he been at this level for a long time and people are just actually starting to realise? Or is it purely down to the fact that the assists are happening now because last season he was creating as many chances, but people wasn't putting them away?
Yeah, this season he's had some scruffy assists. And last season he was creating chances that were like glorious opportunities and people weren't scoring them. So last season you had United fans making this video of, look how many assists Pogba could have had if United could finish, and there was about 20 amazing chances created. And now you've got the ABUs, as you were mentioning, making a video of Pogba's like poor passes or just normal passes that have then become assists. I think it shows you how stats can be very flaky things, Dave.
Whoa!
I think it does show you how...
The stats were proving last season that Pogba should have been getting those assists.
No, but I think it shows you how, like, stats ain't everything. Because last season Pogba was doing the same things he's doing now. And
it's not stats aren't everything. It's that people are manipulating stats to sort of
like you, Dave,
stuff, right? Like me, yeah. I mentioned that stat before.
Isn't that what you do?
Minutes to assist ratio in Europe's top 5 leagues, Adam. Were you listening? I'm making Pogba the best in the world.
Do you know what I think is worth mentioning, actually, is that someone's made a matrix of Paul Pogba's last 4 seasons, his final 2 at Juventus and his first 2 seasons at United. And per 90 minutes, he's creating more, he's intercepting more, he's tackling more, he's just on another level altogether. But if you were to suggest putting Paul Pogba in a FIFA World 11 this season, people would laugh at you. And that just proves how anti-English football and anti-Man United in particular people's opinion is, isn't it?
One sec.
Are they coming for you?
They're coming for Dave. Coming for Dave for that bullshit he's been talking. Yeah, Pogba's amazing. I think he's been playing quality for Manchester United ever since he joined, to be honest. I think his effect on the team has obviously been shown when he's not been in the team. And taking the pressure off him is something we need to do. I think getting that third midfielder is something we need to do because we need to be playing in a 4-3-3. And I hope that Sanchez coming in means that we can now, because we've got, like a Rashford or a Martial that can do the left wing. We've got a right winger. We've got a number 9. Can we now move towards this 4-3-3, which I think Jose Mourinho historically has favoured, and it's something that I think plenty of Jose's very best teams have played that formation very well. So I hope we see a move towards that 4-3-3 now. Paul Pogba, though, go back to your question. I don't think we've seen anything different from him. I think we've just seen the Paul Pogba we've seen last season. If anything, I think we rely on him a bit more this season because there's been no Zlatan.
It's nice to have some other world-class players in and around him as well, isn't it? If you think back to the squad a couple of years ago. Right, Red Devil 1878 says, Adam, can I meet you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's that solved. Shrey Pachori says, hit the like button, people. Love FTD content. Well, cheers, Shrey.
You can find me on beautifulasianescorts.com and I'll meet you.
Please, someone tweet with the timestamp for that. Thank you. The Turbo Warrior 343 says, Sanchez isn't coming, everyone. This has gone on way too long. Listen, son, it's been a week. How about relax? There has been a spanner thrown in the works at the last minute. Arsenal have asked for a little bit of money. The personal terms of both players has been finalised from both ends. They want a little bit of money. Don't expect any sort of announcement today. I think they're going to finish the negotiations for that. The match, both of us are playing tomorrow, so on Saturday. So I imagine Sunday, Monday, the deal will be complete with both going both ways. It's not going on. It's been a week, mate. A week. Are we really that impatient?
And put Mickey in the team.
Bobs says, I don't blame Mickey for not wanting to go to Arsenal in a hurry. Actually, there's a little bit of talk that Arsenal was the first choice of club that he wanted to go to in England, so it isn't him holding the deal up. Actually, he jumped at the chance when he was offered to go to Arsenal. Madness. Maybe that's why he didn't fit in at United, and everyone thinks he's a bit weird. Sam Price says, why are you all wearing the same clothes? Now, that's what I was getting to earlier, Adam. You are literally all rocking the same. I'm wearing a Nike one. You can only see it on the wrist, I think. But everyone else...
Yeah, you got a big Nike tick on your chest as well.
You're a City fan,
I don't think them lads can see it. Shut up,
Adidas,
gimp.
Please give me money.
Yeah, I mean, we're basically just trying to beg Adidas to come and help us out, all of us.
Or you just like, just like one of my tweets or something. That'll do.
Right, keep putting your questions in, and I'll pull the good ones out. Right, starting 11 times. So, Adam is ahead of John Shin by 1 point. Dave, you're in third on 71. You're miles away. And then everybody else is in an assorted rabble behind these two. So it's these.
Bro, hold up. We need to stop a minute. John.
Yes, sir.
Can you just grab one of those yellow shoes from behind you, please?
Oh, yellow one?
The comments want to see them. What are those?
The yellow, the proper yellow, them.
Yeah, what's up?
Big Bird left his shoes at your house, John.
No, that's mine.
Nah, they're not as bad as they look from far. I think
Why have you got lifters in them?
Nah,
you're short like Tom Cruise.
I don't do that.
You're not even short. You're actually really massive, aren't you? I remember when
yes,
you came
I am.
here, you're well
got
tall.
wheels that pop out of them.
Right, shut up anyway. Let's get into the starting 11s. David, I'm going to come to you first. Give us your team, your formation, and where you think Darren Fletcher's playing.
Right, first up, I think we're going to go with Alexis Sanchez in goal. Going to play him on at right back, left back, centre back, defensive midfield, both positions in central midfield, and also in the front three.
It's not the craziest thing you've ever said on here, which just proves a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty bad. David De Gea in goal. I think it's important to realise David De Gea is the best goalkeeper in world football. Again, I'm going to bring some stats for you. He's made the second most saves in the Premier League, but he's got the most clean sheets, and he's got the best save percentage of the fact he's just the best keeper in world football right now. Tony V at right back, of course. Smalling, Jones and Shaw to complete the back four. Nemanja Matic in midfield. And here's where it changes up a bit. I want to see Marouane Fellaini partnering Paul Pogba. I think Fellaini's height and physicality could be used to great effect against Burnley. Burnley are a very physical side. They do like to play long balls up to their strikers, whether it's Ashley Barnes or whoever else they're going to throw in there, or Chris Wood. So having someone like Marouane Fellaini in this side this weekend could be vitally important, not just to deal with the long balls in open play, considering Matic and Fellaini could sort of shuffle back and drop in front of the back four, but also set pieces. Having that extra height is going to be vitally important. Moving to the front three, it's going to be Jesse Lingard on the right wing, Lukaku through the middle, and we're going to go Anthony Martial on the left. I think Jesse Lingard, again, is going to be a really key guy. If you watch the FA Cup game between Burnley and Manchester City recently, Sterling had quite a good game, running in behind from wide areas from Charlie Taylor, the Burnley left-back. He's a bit switched off when that happens, when a player stays wide and runs in behind him. So if United could do that, think of the game, maybe last season where Jesse Lingard stayed wide against West Brom, and the first goal that they scored, long ball over the top, wide position, crossed it, Zlatan put the ball in the back of the net. That's a similar thing that I want to see with Jess Lingard, staying wide, either going directly down the touchline or making that sort of, the cut inside. because Charlie Taylor is a guy that you can catch out, and the Burnley defence is very physical, is very strong, not very mobile across the ground. So it's going to be all about that inside movement from Jess Lingard, and that's how United are going to win the game.
Interesting on bringing Fellaini back in. He came off the bench the other night, did he? Or did I imagine that? He did come off the bench the other night, did he?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So I think that's probably a likely option. Lingard's been playing good in the 8 though, so I wouldn't like to see him switched out onto the wing. I want to see him carrying on learning that number 8 position. Jean, would you like to give us your starting 11, please, mate?
Yes, I went with a 4-3-3. I went David De Gea in goal with a back four of Shaw, Smalling, Jones, and Valencia. And I don't know how producer Chris did the graphic, but I basically made it a midfield 3 with Matic in the sort of defensive midfield role with Pogba and Lingard sitting a little more higher up. And I went with... Okay, great, fantastic. With a front 3 of Martial, Lukaku, and Mata. And I just want to touch up on Lingard's positioning there. I don't necessarily think he's been dropping deeper, but I do agree with the fact that Lingard has been much more involved throughout the season in terms of that sort of defensive contribution. And I mean, he's always been that industrial figure, and a lot of people. One of the main reasons why they've sort of given Jesse Lingard the flack was the fact that he didn't really provide much as a character in that starting 11, but the fact that he was just running his head off on a sort of like a defensive level. But I think he's much more than that now, and he's, as I said before, he's been giving that assurance to Pogba and Matic and going up higher up the pitch, and sort of they work together. It almost reminds me of back in the days under Louis van Gaal when we had Schmidtfield alongside Herrera, and Herrera was crucial in that side alongside Mata and Valencia on that right-hand side. And even if you can also throw Angel Di Maria's name in that mix, where he was also playing in that sort of midfield 3, coming down that middle from the right-hand side, sort of drifting through the middle. Although it was kind of wild in the sense that he took 40-yard shots every goddamn time, but this is a little different in Jesse Lingard, and I think he's working really well alongside Paul Pogba.
Did you see the Instagram takeover yesterday that just Lingard did at United? It was class.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. Who do you reckon's happier in the morning, Lingard or Cheeky Sport Dave?
Lingard plays for Man United. Come on.
Yeah, no, but let us know in the comments who you think, because they're both a bit full on.
Dave has to
get pretty tired of it quickly.
With an Arsenal fan, quite a lot.
Right, Adam, give us your starting 11, our kid.
It's. I'm happy to say that me and Dave wouldn't have the same, I don't think, because I didn't put Fellaini. Me and John have very similar, the same teams. Gone with De Gea, Valencia, Smalling, Jones, Shaw, Matic, Pogba, Mata, Lingard, Martial, and Romelu Lukaku. So that means Adam stays top of the league, and you like just stay
copying
behind
his team.
No, I sent this to Chris anonymously earlier.
Anonymously.
Yeah, whatever, mate.
Not anonymously, obviously, but I meant to say privately earlier. I DM'd him. I slid in producer Chris's DMs. Everybody should do that. It's a good place to be. He doesn't charge you like me as well.
I have no words. I have absolutely no words. Adam, let's stick with you. What can you tell us about Burnley, either as a place or as a football team? And did you see Sean Dyche having to defend eating worms in his press conference? Like Mourinho's getting asked about all sorts of stuff. Sean Dyche's entire press conference was about the rumour that he eats worms. I'm not even kidding. Google it.
He don't eat worms. He eats Mac Freeze. That's why it sounds like that. But Burnley is a shithole. Some of it looks very nice, like picturesque, like, you know, Emmerdale.
At night.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a shithole. There's no internet. So if you're watching the Full Time Devils live stream tomorrow, you'll probably see me shaking about a little bit and jumping around because the connection might not be great. So we do apologise if we haven't improved that. I think they all run off the same Wi-Fi connection, the whole of Burnley.
There's one guy that just feeds his router out to everyone, so they all end up with about 15 kilobytes a second in Burnley. It's only 30 miles away, but it's 25 years away.
They only had running water about 3 weeks ago, so...
John, give us your thoughts on Burnley. Who should we be worried about? Who should we be looking out for?
I think we've had a chat about Burnley in a previous preview somewhere.
I probably would have played Burnley last, I would imagine.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Christ,
sorry,
John.
it's a little early for me. the last preview, we had a chat about Burnley, and defensively they're very sound. That's their main characteristic. They have that. They defend well. They sit in the very low block. So I think one thing that I did know.
Manchester United have tweeted Chris Smalling is focused on the upcoming clash with Burnley.
Whoa! Yes! Come on!
Sorry, I've got them on notifications. I've been like this for weeks.
Oh, God, you played me, Adam. You played me. Damn. But anyway, back to Burnley. I think one thing that I noticed that was interesting was, I forgot who was saying it. While I was watching one of those review shows where they said Manchester United have allowed these sort of teams that sit deep to have more time on the ball so that they sort of open themselves out wider a little bit more. And I think Burnley should be probably one of the teams that defend very well and at the same time get back into shape and sort of hold that structure down very well. So it'll be hard to break this team down, but I think given the quality, given the form that we've been on, we should be able to do a job.
David, not an easy place for us to go to, Burnley. A bit of a mixed record since they come into the Premier League. How do you expect this one to go?
I think it's all about the counter-attack. We smashed them last season on the break. That wonderful goal Martial scored, running through the middle, linking up with Herrera from his own penalty area. And I think that's what you've got to do with Burnley. Over Christmas, I thought United they just made some bad decisions. What you don't want to do against Burnley is commit fouls in and around the penalty area, and that's what United did. It was almost quite basic in a way where you shouldn't be diving in, you shouldn't be looking to lunge in that sort of situation. You just got to stay on your feet because the quality they've got. Of course, the 4 free kick was fantastic, and from set pieces it was a constant bombardment. And it's kind of simple in a way. Burnley are a very, very simple side. They're in a really bad run of form at the moment. 7 games without a win. Previously to this campaign, they've won 10 games in all competitions. 8 of those 10 have been by 1 goal. They're a very gritty side. You just need to not let them be gritty. You need to just play your football and not get drawn into that physical contest, or have someone like Marouane Fellaini to almost boss that physical contest for you and not make those silly challenges. That's going to be big for Marouane Fellaini, is keeping his feet to himself when Burnley have the ball near the United box, which is obviously easier said than done. But I think it's going to be interesting. We've spoke about the physicality, the likes of Ashley Barnes, the strikers, Sam Vokes that can go on. Burnley are a very old-school British side, almost play with 2 target men. So
Brexit means Brexit, lads. Is that what
exactly.
In the changing room?
I got to put you up on what you just said there, Dave. I can't just let that go. You said we can't get drawn into the gritty, or we pick a player that's going to thrive in the gritty.
What? What does that mean?
Does not make sense.
No.
You don't want the likes of Chris Smalling and Phil Jones diving in, or other fullbacks when they're the back 4. But when the ball is in the middle of the park, you need someone that's a little bit more of an aggressive player, like a Marouane Fellaini, to break the
don't want to get drawn into the gritty. So
You'll
we'll
understand
do
it
that
one
by
day,
drawing
Howson.
ourselves into the gritty. I like it.
You'll
It's
understand it one day,
absolutely
mate.
batshit
It'll
crazy.
make sense.
Are you in the government? Is that what you do?
You
You know
are.
what it does?
Right.
It confuses you into thinking, like, whoa, what he just said made
Matt,
loads
do
of
you
sense.
even know what I said then?
You know
Yeah,
those
even go
people-
for it.
Right,
It is.
whatever.
Well,
Listen, David,
You know
don't
those people
justify
that-
it because
you
you'll
can
just
answer yourself,
confuse
yeah?
me, but give me
Matt,
your
I'm
score
up for that.
prediction.
I'll fight you, Dave.
I'm going to go
Outside Turf Moor tomorrow.
2-0 United, and then I'm going to clean Matt. Probably second round knockout.
Not sure you got the
That's
power.
what we do on
in there,
other
if I'm
channels,
being
isn't it? We may as well try it.
honest.
Yeah, might as
Adam,
well.
what's your score prediction?
It's a difficult game, I know Burnley haven't played well recently, and they've kind of hit that. I think they've hit a wall, kind of. They're playing great, and then they've just not got many points recently.
Matt,
But
we don't want your life story.
United, mate, I've already told you, shut up. I'll have you tomorrow, Turf Moor. Till then, United are winning 10-0.
Confident, I like it. John, score prediction for
I'm
Burnley.
going to go 1-0.
You're going to go 1-0, yeah. I'm swaying between 1-0 and 2-1 as well.
Are you
I'm not
scared
quite
of
sure.
Burnley, Ford?
Listen, it was right at the very start of the video, and I know some of you don't have the attention span for 5 seconds ago, so I'm going to tell you again. You need to tweet Michael Owen and all of us lot and Full-Time Devils, hashtag remove the curse right now, because by Monday we're going to have a new number 7, and we're not having him cursed like the last lot of clowns that we've signed. So tweet Michael Owen right now, remove the curse, and let's get it off to a good start with Alexis Sanchez when he signs. All right? Sorted. See you tomorrow for the Burnley game. Laters.